Hello, 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 hello. This is Soldiana Ray coming back at it again, whatever that means. Um, Something I didn't touch on too well was difficulty. So I'm gonna have some difficulty explaining this. I want to talk about the difficulty levels in quests. You could say dungeons, but a good portion of them do take place outside, so they're technically not a dungeon. But for gameplay purposes, they are a dungeon. It's kind of weird how it makes sense. As you complete quests, if you're free to play, you'll unlock them sequentially, normal, hard, elite, and be able to play them once you've unlocked them. If you're VIP, or if you are VIP, you can simply unlock all difficulties from the start. Or if your character has been through 2 past lives, you can unlock all difficulties from the start. And for the most part, if you're watching this number right here, what they do is they increase the level of the quest. So what level monsters are at. Casual actually decreases it by 1. Normal is your normal dungeon that you expect. Hard, your enemies will have more hit points and deal more damage. Your spellcasters will be 1 level higher. They'll have a better selection of spells. And your traps will actually be dangerous. And on Elite, it's that, but more so. As well, on these 2 difficulties, beyond a certain level, I think it's 4, so beyond level 4, when you start getting quests that are base level 4, rather, you start unlocking champions. Which I'll try and put in some footage of those. And those will appear on Hard and Elite, and Reaper, these higher difficulties. And what those are is they are creatures that have their own little buffs and stat buffs that help them survive longer and deal more damage to you. So they can be dangerous if you get a lot of them all at once. I think common protocol is to target championed creatures before caster creatures. They're that dangerous. And then there is Reaper difficulty, which is similar to Elite in terms of rewards. But it can go, you got 10 more levels of difficulty, and it's this actually, I ended up having more trouble with Reaper on my own than I did with Elite. So if you're by yourself, either Reaper 1 Skull or Elite, I would recommend. Unless you're really, really good at the game and really, really confident that you won't hit a lag spike and then get hit. But what Reaper adds to the game is it adds champion, like these 2, but also adds Reapers themselves. There's 4 different flavors of Reaper, and they're all dangerous in their own ways. In addition, you get these little motes that appear on the ground, these lost souls that can slurp up and get some spell points back, because you will be spending a lot more spell points. You will be. Just trying to stay alive. I would not recommend anyone get a VIP just so they can bum rush into Reaper 10. That sounds like a bad time. In fact, I think that I might go ahead and show you. Now, why would you want to do higher difficulties? Well, each difficulty yields more experience and better treasure rewards. In addition, Reaper you get chances at extra special buffs on items with each of these. So you could get like mythic. You're more likely to get mythic boosts and reaper boosts and all that. Oh yeah, the other thing, increasing the difficulty will do. On top of making the enemies harder, so it'll also make the traps harder. They'll have a higher difficulty check to find. Some quests might have more of them. Some quests might have all of them if they're random. And they'll actually, I think by hard you'll start seeing them do my entire health bar and damage, and by elite it'll be like twice that if you're not careful. And mostly noticeable though on your like poison traps, because on normal those ones do a little bit of damage and then give you a stat debuff, but on higher difficulties it's like getting hit by a pressure washer. Go ahead and why not? Why not? Let's see how bad Reaper 10 is, and I'll go through on casual just to clear this for the quest log. Alright, so Reaper 10. I am doing 1 point of damage. That is a new Reaper, and it's not as goofy looking as I'm used to seeing. Despair Reaper. Oh, it is goofy looking. It's just wearing a mask. Okay. Yeah, that, so on the lower Reaper difficulties, 1 through 4, you do not get to see Despair Reaper. That is new. So something like I just did, Reaper 10 is going to take a heck of a lot more knowledge of the game. Oh, there's a Pure Reaper right here. That's one of the more classical ones. Looks more intimidating here in person, but if you look at the little portrait, it's not that. This is super goofy. Yeah, but yeah. Oh, he has an aura. What does they do? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's orange name, yellow name. So the different names of monsters to the different colors of their names actually do mean things as well. Yellow is going to be like a common enemy. Orange is going to be, it's a very difficult enemy, but you could probably do it. And red is probably a boss. I think red actually is boss. These are just harder than normal enemies. Cloak of Despair. Advantage to saving throws. Great advantage, it says. Okay. Yeah, you saw how quickly that I folded there on Reaper 10. Don't do Reaper 10 by yourself unless you absolutely know what you're doing and you're absolutely okay with getting your shit wrecked in. Cause... Ooh. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just abandon that, because I already did that. Yeah, I already ran that quest. Alright, I think it should be enough time. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself a stale bread and a dirty kobold. And that'll help me recover my hit points and spell points. If you don't have a guild, this is how you do it. You buy food and drink. And you pretend that you're eating food and drink. And then you ask the barkeep to repair your stuff, because apparently they're good at it. Alright. Well, I'm going to be doing some editing, some splicing. I probably won't be using nearly as much footage as I recorded, but, you know. Have a good day.
You hear a mechanism sliding open in the distance. This area of the hideout appears to have been sealed off deliberately. The only spiders have heavily infested this area of the hideout. No wonder it was sealed off.